It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we've got Aaron Rodgers. He's going to have to air plenty. It's the Birds and the Condors. Wait on EA.
This is the NFL on EA Sports and football. America's finest city, San Diego, California. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They've been in a great 10 on the year.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
Love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The final playoff push, the 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural.
And the guys on. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And hold on here, because on that run, we have a player who was shaken. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Off of play action, it's Watson. That's caught. It's Flowers. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receivers time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan, spot his receiver moving left and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
And cue the applause, and there it is for him. The mark he's been aiming for all season long. 1,000 yards. Just the 3rd quarterback to reach that milestone, joining Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's a season's worth of work and a huge commitment to get him the touches that he needed to make that happen. Congratulations.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Bass is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Throwing now is Rodgers.
He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Henry up the middle. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll run it again with Henry.
Down at the 35, it'll be second down. Well, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mitchell. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Snap comes at 1. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
To throw is Rodgers.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
They'll give to Algier out of the gun.
A strong running. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here to about the 35, 2nd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 3rd and 2. Algier will try to pick it up.
Shrugs him off. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. From the gun, here's Watson.
Open man is the rookie, Theo Johnson.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 50, it's Watson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Eric Armstead in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Inside handoff, Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the 1st quarter of a 3-0 game. Again, it's Henry. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Set for the 2nd quarter, San Diego in possession of the football. Here's a 2nd and 8 as they've got it as we resume action.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Back to throw, Watson.
Dumps this one off to Algier.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Watson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Algier going straight ahead.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle. 2nd and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? They're gonna look to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Running from the gun with Henry. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take him the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A give to Henry. Runs over him. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now Rodgers. It's caught. Mitchell. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Here's Rodgers to throw. It's complete to Diggs. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They keep it with Henry on 1st down.
And he's got it to about the 40.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Rodgers going to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Here's Daniel Whelan now.
Back deep, Jakeem Grant. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Condors offense and their quarterback Deshaun Watson set to take over once more. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Algier now up the middle.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
A shotgun snap for Watson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Watson. That is caught by Thielen. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Here's Watson. He's got it. Touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Condors will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Thunderbirds offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now it's Rodgers.
Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll motion out one of the tight ends.
Henry is in for a touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Fights him off, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
112 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry
with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Thunderbirds take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
First down, and they'll start with Algier.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They'll stick with Algier. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now it's Watson. Johnson's got it complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating?
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Lucas Van Ness in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 36. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes. And we're fighting through it. He's got space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 148 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from the 1. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 18 now. Just a 4-play drive that time, and Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. To throw is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Watson now to throw. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll run for it with Algier.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And Diggs has it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a second down and 6.
Here's Rodgers. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. The left side caught by Diggs. So nothing doing there, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. This now a 3rd and 4.
Draw play. This is Henry. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. Back to throw, Watson. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Watson. catch made right side by Wilson. And he's got this down to the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Out of the gun, Watson. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun, Watson. Forced out to his left. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll run it again with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Condors offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Here's Watson.
That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down and 8.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now a stoppage here for an injury. And, oh, boy, that looks to be the quarterback, Watson.
Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. 3rd and 12.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Dobbs to throw. Buying time to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
On the give, it's Algier.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now Dobbs.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's Watson.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the air yet again, Watson. This is caught. Touchdown.
Zay Flowers.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Condors have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown on the defensive side. Okay, got the touchdown.
You're probably over a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry.
And he'll fight forward on the straight ahead for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
And now it looks like we're going to get out of here. Shake.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second down, they go again with Henry. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. This is 1st and 10. Now Watson.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down.
To throw, Watson.
And incomplete on the deep ball. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught at the 10.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver, fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
Now 2nd and 4. Algier with another carry.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense.
Setting up the screen, here's Algier.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1.
They got it on the football here as they run on 4th down.
And he'll manage to pick up a 4th, 2nd down.
is what atmosphere this was, and the home team getting the late touch, getting the victory, building and file away with smiles on their faces.
What real estate people tell us all the time, it's location, location, location. Being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they're down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the home team here, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, themselves at home next week.